Hey, it's Poisson Variant, your mathematical maestro and LaTeX linguist. And I hope everybody is having a good day. You just know it's the YouTube logo is Miku today? Yeah! It's Happy Hatsune Miku Day. It's 3-9. Well, a lot of places it's 9-3, but the sentiment remains. The sentiment remains. 3-9, 93, whatever. The point is, Miku Day. And so even YouTube is celebrating, and Hatsune Miku got her V6 design, right? V6? So that's all very exciting. Very, very exciting. I hope everybody's day has been well, been well so far. Mine's been pretty good. Mine's been not too shabby. You see, I happen to have better or worse. They are both good days. They are both very good days. One is significantly more important, and I'm gonna let you know the one about the anime girl is less important. No, but some good news is that I finally have a vehicle. I finally have a vehicle to call my own. Isn't that magical? Isn't that wonderful? I finally have my own vehicular car for vehicularling. Vehicular for room, for cargo room. Isn't that magical? Isn't that magical? hand for any gold today, partner? What? Isn't the Ubu anime girl a woman as well? Well, I mean, yes, and I'm saying celebrating International Women's Day is more important than celebrating Hatsune Miku Day, is the main takeaway, I guess. Miku is included in International Women's Day, but I'm saying that one of them is on a larger scale much more important. Thought that was your accent? I don't actually know what the accent was. I was just kind of like doing a voice. You know what's troubling about having OCD? Is that you have impulses. You have urges. You have desires that are difficult. For example, when driving on the highway, you might get the urge to swerve into the opposite lane, and I may or may not get that urge sometimes. Or you get this thought of, oh, I really want to crash my car. What if I were to throw my keys out the window? There is currently a hotkey mapped to changing to my new outfit, and I am fighting every urge to press that hotkey right now. So my hands are clasped together in front of me. You're saying that Hatsune Miku is not worthy of celebration, should be binned? No, my guy, that's a different sentence entirely. That's the prime example of the, I like pancakes. Oh, so waffles are bad? That's such a Twitter response. That's such a Twitter response to someone having an opinion. Or not even an opinion. Yeah, an opinion. Being like, hey, this thing is important. This thing is pretty important. And they're like, oh, so this other thing isn't important? Bruh. my rage at the internet cannot be withheld. I also have to, I'm deciding on one of a few different games to play for my new outfit debut. Because this week, you know, is stupid. It's a study stream, like a work stream today. And then on Wednesday, assuming we get one more subscriber in the next, between now and Wednesday start time, if we get one more subscriber, then we have a toaster stream, and then on Friday is the outfit reveal. And I have like a few different games that I'm thinking about playing for it, but I want to do a game for it because aesthetic. I have stuff in mind for matching the aesthetic. So you see, oh my god, I'm being gaslit so hard. So you're the kind of one that should be eradicated from existence, kind of mean to say, but is this what the internet does to people? It just trains them to gaslight non-stop. It just trains them to gaslight non-stop. What the heck? This is unfair. I've actually started gaslighting one of my coworkers about something really stupid. But it's a long con gaslight, so they don't know that I'm the source of it yet. Let me You haven't subbed. You haven't subbed yet. You haven't subbed yet. But no, I'm gaslighting one of my coworkers about something really dumb, but I find it really funny. And it's a long con because I'm getting my other coworkers involved in it. Over something really stupid. Alright, what are we working on today? Gaslighting's a proud tradition. Proud tradition taught to you by your parents. You unsub, good luck getting 2 subs in 2 days. Yeah, that won't be a problem at all. Please no, please don't. Please don't unsub. I'll do anything. I'll do anything for the subscriber count. I'll sell myself. I'll sell my soul. I'll sell my, what's the word? I'll compromise my values. I'll compromise all my values for subscribers. Oh, I promise. Just tell me what I have to do. Just tell me what I have to do so I can lure in more subs. Let's see. Bathwater. Okay, I'll sell my bathwater. I'm sorry. I'll sell femboy bathwater to you just so I can get more subs. Poisson grifter. Listen, we all have to sell out sometimes, at some point. So, rather now than later, I suppose. Rather now than later. R sub n is equal to 0. We need n plus 1. Okay, so we can do that in order. No, if I really wanted to sell out, then I would be doing a lot more on like social media and stuff. I would be talking about how I actually just purchased a Gamer Sups energy drink drink holder. I don't know what you would call that. Tumbler. Gamer Sups energy drink tumbler. Along with the flavor. Okay, so the flavor is really good. It was on sale. There's Gamer Sup stuff on sale, and I was like, I want to try it just because it's like financially efficient rather than like buying energy drinks. And in the afternoon, I prefer energy drinks over coffee. And so I purchased a tumbler. It was on sale. And then I purchased 100 servings of anime girl thighs. Flavored Gamer Sups. And when I set it on the shelf, I intentionally turned the name away. The flavor is really good. It's this peaches and cream and whatnot. And then later I came back and saw it had been turned forward, and I was like, oh, somebody, probably one of my parents, walked over, saw that, and were like, oh, okay, that's what our son's doing. Okay. You actively went through a friendship level up yesterday. Within 5 minutes, they called you a bottom. Yeah, that's what's called. That's what it means to be friends. Hey, Eva. You have 2 tests on Wednesday and you forgot to study? Yeah, good thing it's on Wednesday then. You got time. It's Monday. Right now, this stream is literally the time to study. It's called study and chat for a reason. I'm in the just chatting stream, and you guys can study, and everyone else can do whatever. Hey Zeno, hey, hi. Hope you're doing well. How are your classes doing? How are you doing? How is life going? Being the chemist? How is chemical reactions doing? Have you made any illegal substances? One of my coworkers is actually, funny enough, going to the same university, got accepted into the same university I did for my graduate program. Except they're going into a bachelor's program for chemistry. Super sweet guy, and he keeps talking about how he wants to make the blue, and I'm like, I cannot in a single world imagine you Breaking Bad. He's too sweet of a guy. They're both for AP classes. That's why you study now. You have time, Eva. I'll tell you what. If you study for AP classes, I will go ahead and I will get a Poisson head pat emote made. I will get a Poisson head pat emote made so that it can be used in the Discord, and then when we get emotes unlocked on YouTube, you guys will be able to spam head pats as much as you want. On me, on each other, on whatever. You will have access to all the head pats you want if you study for your AP tests. You have to report your progress to the lab you work at, and the progress is oh no. Oh no. Oh no, that's always fun. It's always fun when you're like, hey, I need a report, and you're just like, yeah, there's definitely been progress that is... Yeah, nervously rushing to get it done by Friday. I feel that. And what's worse is that oftentimes, like, computations, calculations, or synthesizing compounds and whatnot just takes up time that you sometimes don't have. So you're just like... You're well rehearsed on the topics of evolution, including pre- and post-zygotic barriers, as well as the development of countries and how it contributes to the world economic state. You accidentally typed out. You'll be forgiven this time. Danny, did you send it? Oh right, Danny, you're in a lab tech, of course. Of course. That's why you're like, yeah, sure, here's how you do it. It's so prevalent because it's really easy to make. Exactly. I mean, when I was in high school, my lab partner and I were like, hey, teacher, because we had a really cool chemistry teacher. He's like he's still one of my favorite teachers I've ever had. We're like, hey, what's the he used Breaking Bad as an example for the like percentage yield that Walter White had, where Walter White has like a 98% yield or something, and he used the Breaking Bad as an example to explain that. And then so we asked him what the chemical compound was, and he was like, oh yeah, it's this, and then just like writes it on the board, and we're like, interesting. So in theory, how would one replicate that? We definitely never did it, I promise. Anyways, you're wearing a shirt with the black hat. Silliness takes over. Breaking Bad, an example of careers in STEM. I mean, he was a chemistry teacher, and he was like, maybe he's like, you know, this is why you shouldn't become a chemistry teacher, because you won't make enough money, so you'll have to break bad. You'll have to break bad if you want a chance at becoming a chemistry teacher. And we're just like, interesting. Professor. I guess he wasn't a professor. I have a really hard time calling instructors. Like, I always just call instructors professors. No matter what. It's really difficult, especially when it's a grad student. And I'm like, I know you are not technically a professor, but shut up. I'm going to call you professor. Until the yield is slowed down. I think chemistry is not slowing down, therefore chemistry is fake and not real. You accidentally grew anthrax in environmental microbiome class. Like, Professor, I have anthrax. What do I do with this? And then you just stare at them and they're like, Professor Poisson? Maybe. Well, the graduate thing I'm going over into has a pretty good chance of rolling over into a PhD if I feel like it. So, maybe. Maybe. But I want to go into research, I want to go into, like, medical research rather than university research. I'll leave university research to the pure math people, because that's their gimmick on applied math. Finger guns. awfully British tonight. Well, thank you. Yes, I try my best. No, I don't know why I'm so British tonight. I think it's because the caffeine. Maybe it's because it's bright out. It's a nice day, you know? It's a nice... You guys are sitting outside my window. You should know how nice of a day it is. First to grad students as professor explodes academia. Just... It's the gif of the guy with the like head exploding thing. The like mind blowing thing. Let's see. You always like the stepping stone between undergrad and PhD. It's outside of the US usually. I mean, luckily mine is in the US, so I won't have to bounce. But yeah, it's all in the field of internships and work. This music is ominous as hell. What the heck? Sorry, ominous as heck. What the hell? Sorry, ominous as hell. What the hell? Sorry, ominous as fuck. So the British are colonizing toothpaste, man. The British are colonizing. The British are colonizing. There we go. Now the music's picking up a bit. Applied math, yucky. You're yucky, Jay. You and your urine. Wait. Yeah. You and your pure math. Oh my god. A sub n times s of n minus r of n. Outside the US, it's usually you do masters. Yeah, so the reason why I'm doing actually masters in the States is because the state I live in, I get a huge discount because I live in this state. So normally it would be about 10 grand a quarter for just base tuition. Because I live here, it's down to about just over 6 grand. So I'm doing the freaking 6-7 thing. You can't see it, but 6-7. You know what I mean. Weighing the options is the point. You've actually made significant research project just making semiconductors out of junk for our club, and you're not at the well-funded lab work for it. That's impressive. Utilizing your resources in the best possible way. I mean, that's what you really need for science, especially now when science funding is bad. So your math is clean and pristine. You're yucky because of the 2-inch layer of slime and mucus. Ew! You're coated in stem slime. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that. No! Don't unsub! Please, please. Like I said, I'll give out the bathwater. I'll give out the bathwater. Just don't unsub. Major misspoke by worst one ever seen. God. I can't understand how people talk nowadays. Like, what is that even supposed to mean? I need Gen Alphas. I don't think Doggo's Gen Alpha. I need Leppy. I'll grab Leppy. One of these days, I'll just have Leppy stand next to me on stream. I haven't mentioned Leppy before. You guys have never met Leppy. You have no idea who Leppy is. That's fine. But one day, I'll have Leppy stand next to me on stream and explain what half the you guys say is. Stealing stuff and using whatever you could find was the reason you could do your thesis for your undergrad. That's perfect. That's perfect. I'm sorry. I scared the cat. I scared the cat, the boy. I scared the cat, the boy. I'm trying to remember the last time I like took a bath. Like normally I shower. Lebby the libertarian? No, I can't imagine they're libertarian. I don't think they really have a political stance yet. They're too young for political stances. That's not true. But I don't think they're involved in politics. They're probably just like only politically involved as much as their friends are. Alright, I actually do have to save R0. Wait, if R0 is 0... does that work out like that? Don't lie to us on your VTuber you don't pay. Of course, because I only exist for a few hours a week and in a two-dimensional space. Your shower's getting more and more clogged, so you'll be taking baths again in like 4 days. I have no idea what to do with that statement. Because I feel like that could be a bit, because I have no frame of reference for what your setup is. At the time, the most energy-dense supercapacitor was created by putting a piece of Captain tape on a top of a DVD, putting in an old DVD burners upside down to make patterns. Now that's ingenuity. That's using your resources. That's using your resources. That's why I low-key love to collect just like technology. Even though I don't really know any electronics or mechanical stuff or anything, just I just love having it. Your experienced middle schoolers either die-hard communists or die-hard fascists. You're not wrong. That was my experience when I was in school too. Bath, England, how do you take a city? I don't know. I haven't played much Total War, so I can't tell you how to take cities. I think the solution generally is either violence or missionaries. Not gonna say that. Let's see. So then if plus equals 1, and then we're going to return n. Because that's at the end of the loop. There we go. If you shoot Captain Tape with a laser, it makes a goofy type of graphene. This was discovered by accident by a grad student in the lab run by a crazy creationist guy. Hey, sometimes if upper management's insane, you can just do whatever. It gives birth to the greatest of creations. It's like rebelling. You have to go against the status quo. You had to fix a qPCR machine by physically moving a sensor like 2 inches to the left. That's just ridiculous. I cannot believe that. I don't know what that means, but that's just ridiculous. Let's Google it. A qPCR machine. Oh, it's the thing in biotechnology and has 3 stages, creates more DNA fragments. Ooh, I don't even have to Google it now. People just tell me things. Isn't that amazing? Yes. They deserve head pats as long as they study for AP tests. Them's the rules. What was that noise? I'm writing functions and the... my brain is something today. My brain is something today. My brain is something today. Okay, what the heck? NumPy is not defined. What's this playlist? Study with me in Hollow Knight, and I I don't know. I just originally I was looking up Expedition 33 because I've never played it or seen anything about it really, and so I was like, I'm wondering if they have good ambient music, and I was listening to it, and I was like, yeah, it's a bit too depressing. So I switched over to Hollow Knight, and now now it's this. We're gonna find something else. Oh, I know. I know what I don't want to listen to. Import NumPy is NumPy cannot be imported due to tariff. You have no idea how accurate that is. Run integer. Boulevard of Broken Dreams as Nightcore. Too lazy to analyze the symbolism. I walk a lonely road. A bill in Cali that's gonna make OS require age. What? This whole trend of age verification stuff is so ridiculous. It's such a... It feels like such an obvious ploy to just steal information. Like, it's not even subtle. It's not even subtle. And it's irritating, to say the least. It is irritating, to say the least. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, that's funny. That's actually the question I'm working on. As to be it has to be... If there has to be age verification, then having it probably be better to be on the computer rather than sending it to a third party. That's true. But... I don't know. Yeah, I guess. To make cover on Bad Apple, but covered by a cat. I like this idea. I approve. The company doing... I'll do a similar one that's just Bad Apple covered by toothpaste. Which is just regular Bad Apple, but it's just gonna be Colgate logos everywhere. Company doing the age verification for Discord is owned by Peter Thiel. That's exactly what it is. Oh god. Yeah, it's just data collection. At least try to hide it. And then when people complained about it, they were just like, we hear your complaints. But no, we're doing it anyways. For what reason? I don't understand it, because if the goal is truly to protect the youth, shouldn't that be to the parents? Like, for example, the reason we put R ratings on we put a rating on a movie, is so that, like, an R-rated movie, you cannot access this movie unless you're of a certain thing. It doesn't mean that everybody should be able to... or how do I put it? It's in a similar vein to FCC regulations to me. Because FCC regulations is like something like Family Guy. Why should something that's literally a cartoon, yes, but it's for an adult audience, be changed so that anyone could watch it? It's up to the parents to decide whether or not they want their child to watch that sort of thing. So it should be up to the parents to decide whether or not they want to have their kid to access the internet. Be well aware of the kind of things that it can provide. I don't know. That's just me. Hey, Shane. Hey, Shane. How are you doing? Ugh. Oh, God. Chest crack. I love cracking my chest. It's so satisfying. Find the height of this toothpaste was the first thing you thought of when it appeared. I'm 6 feet tall, if that's what you're referring to. If that's the toothpaste's height you're referring to, I'm 6 feet tall. I really see, this is why it would be great to do a 3D at point. So like a 3D collab, especially with like other femboy VTubers, because femboy VTubers are like most VTubers apparently, but like femboy VTubers specifically are like 5'6" or something, 5'7", and it would just be really funny to just like casually walk into like a 3D collab and just be like towering over them, just like hi. Friendly punch to the chest. Oh wow, that really touches my heart. It really touches my sternum. It hurts. Oh god. You're doing all right. Other than you kind of shocked yourself with small 5-inch screen CRT, but you're fine. Oh, that's probably fine. I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay. So how did they... Oh. Sorry. CRT power supplies can be lethal. Hey, if you survived, then A+. You don't fully buy the it's up to the parents argument, mostly because what you do to help your kids, you do, who have terrible parents, feels like just let them F around and find out. Yeah, it's a hard boundary, and I think that's the case, is that no one, nobody's perfect. There's no way to completely solidify, like, make there's no perfect defense, there's no perfect solution, but so you do have to kind of figure it out as going. It's better than to, I think, restrict less than to over restrict, like you're saying, Zeno, because and like you were saying too, Jay, better to if you under-restrict, it allows people to learn. If you over-restrict, then there's no place for personal development and personal growth, and then you get people who are stunted because they haven't actually been able to experience the world at all. And I think that in of itself is a larger problem. So yes, part of being an adult, part of the real world, is that you have bad experiences. You have bad experiences, and you have to deal with it. You have to get over it. You have to seek it, be scared, be confused, be grossed out, but then you can also be happy, sad, excited, those sorts of things, because you've experienced those lows. You can then experience highs. But I digress. What would the fraction of that be? Equals, oops, parenthesis that, minus an. See if this code runs. The problem about trying to run stuff on my desktop is that my desktop kind of sucks with running stuff. You're working on your own small CRT and you're putting it through too few tests for a project you're doing. Ooh. Everyone, I'm always impressed by how advanced people are. They're like, oh yeah, I'm just making a CRT TV. I'm just casually making a CRT TV. You know, no big deal. No big deal. Pretty pretty regular stuff, if you ask me. And it's like, oh, you're using a CRT. Still, regardless, still cool to be able to use that stuff. Again, there's no case. I've never been in where it's like, okay, let me just take this old TV and use it to do a thing. I just found the old TV off the street and then kept it. As someone who grew up on the internet, maybe age verification would have helped. Your parents are pretty good all around. It wasn't experimental, but it's still pretty affected. Yeah. So there are definitely things like that, because you can have bad experiences that can hit really hard. So I get that, where maybe some of those restrictions could have been more important. And I think it also comes down to technological advancements and like internet advancements happen much faster than generations happen. So you end up having people who previous generations aren't privy to the potential dangers or really to understanding the current state of the online environment, for example. So then it's difficult for parents to make informed decisions about what their kids should or shouldn't do, oftentimes. Now, that's not a 100% thing, because you do have parents and people and older generations who are technologically privy and are internet savvy and whatnot. Switch those. Technologically savvy and are privy to the things on the internet, but it's, I think, less common than we may think. Hence why scammers tend to target the elderly and whatnot, because they're not as aware of those sorts of dangers. You have lots of other vintage stuff. Ooh. You can get a CRT to produce X-rays. Potentially terrifying, but also kind of awesome. I want to X-ray something. I want to microwave stuff. I want to just fire microwaves at stuff, see what happens. That's probably safe, right? It's probably safe to just fire. Is that your... This biscuit. Sorry to hear scammers are coming after you. I'm not even old enough to rent a car. I'm not even on my own insurance. This dude out here calling me Unk. This dude out here calling me Unk. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for you. I hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it here. Weird thing for someone getting into cancer research to say, but okay. Well, you need radiated cells. You need cancerous cells to do research, so I want to microwave stuff. I promise, it's a healthy obsession. It's a very healthy obsession. Right. What do you guys think? For something technology themed. And here, I'll post a poll later, but I do want to hear if you guys have any ideas. Futuristic or like techie games. Because the ones I have in mind are like centered around like an AI or something. Not necessarily centered around AI, but that would help. Because the ones I have in mind are Cyberpunk, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, System Shock, and Soma. So if you have any other cool cyberpunk or tech ideas for games, do tell me. Send them in the Discord or here. I don't care. Or tweet them at me. I don't know. Imagine your cancer doctor comes in and goes, yeah, we're gonna shoot you with friggin' beams and stuff. It's gonna be radical. Yeah, exactly. And imagine he'd be wearing shades. He'd be like, yo, this is sick, dude. Massively nerd snipe this week over X-ray stuff. You want to build a compact device that can measure zanes, aka slight variations in X-ray absorptions that tell you what chemical. That's terrifying. I'm so in. I'm so in. Portal 2? I've beaten Portal 2. I want to do something that I haven't beaten before. Ugh. Good night, Greg. Voices of the Void. I was actually looking at that. I saw people playing that. That one looks interesting too. That's also on the list. I'll put up a poll. Yeah, I actually won't put up a poll. I'll decide on my own. I don't want to leave things to chance. This will not be a fair decision. This will be a me decision. This will be a unilateral decision from on high. Normally, you need a particle accelerator the size of a building, or you can do kind of hacky, not good versions that require thousands of dollars in optics aligned to the micron. So you don't have a particle accelerator on hand? Honestly, what kind of chemist are you, Xeno? How close are we to achieving divine ascension, becoming purely energy? Like 3 to 5 years. That sounds about right. You know, give or take a few days. You know, 3 or 5 years. Maybe 5 in a month. Hey Bear! I hope you're doing well. Just stop by to say hi, as you do. You drop in, make sure we remember you exist. Particle accelerators are used for radiation therapy for cancer treatment. Well, why don't you have one on hand? Unless you do. I don't know. I don't know a lot about cancer treatment itself, honestly. I want to learn more. Hey, that's why I'm going back to school. To learn more. You go into a specially designed room called the Labyrinth, and a robot moves a giant particle accelerator to shoot the beam. That sounds awesome. I want to get cancer. Shouldn't say that. I should. Man, I want to hear a hilariously awkward story. It's hilariously awkward story. Before Zero, I was dating someone else, and well, I laughed there. I shouldn't laugh. No. Have a good day, Bear. Thanks for stopping by. Because I laughed there, now it makes it worse. Okay, we're not telling this story. I'll tell it another time when I don't laugh at the incorrect time. Okay. I was dating -1. No, I was not. That was, to be fair, that's also... I'm willing to admit, I was a bad person. I still don't think I'm a great person. But no, but like before I started dating Zero, I was not a great person, unfortunately. And so that relationship didn't work out. But hey, it helped me learn and better understand myself and become a better person, I think. Anyways, you should be faithful across all space-time dimensions. What's your guys' feelings on that, by the way? Like, your partner having previous partners. Is that a make or break for you kind of thing? Is that something you're uncomfortable with? The idea that someone else has been with your partner? For me, it's not a problem. Like, I was friends with Zero's previous boyfriend. I had no problem with it. I actually, funny enough, the person I dated before Zero, I ended up becoming friends with their boyfriend, their boyfriend after me, without realizing they were dating. And we would like jokingly flirt at each other in the hallway. Like whenever we passed. I don't even remember how it started. We didn't even know each other's names, but we were like buddies. I straight up have no idea what his name was, but he and I would like jokingly flirt whenever we passed each other in the hall. And then one time we like do it, and then he immediately turns and like gives my ex-girlfriend like a hug and a kiss goodbye before me and my ex go into the same class. And she just like looks at us and is like, okay. And what makes it funnier is that my ex and I did not end super well, so we weren't even on speaking terms. So she just basically sees her ex-boyfriend flirting with her new boyfriend. With no explanation. Depends on the partner. You don't want to be woken up by someone smashing your head with a lead pipe. Well, yes, that's fair. Yeah. Well, so that's not a problem with the partner. That's a problem with that's not a problem with your partner. That's a problem with your partner's ex, which is a problem with them as a person. Which I guess is a different set of circumstances. I don't know. Don't care as long as you just love each other and are happy and cookies. That's valid. 100% valid. You read a manga about a guy who went back in time because he was so upset about not being his wife's first time? That's creepy. Ugh. That's like weird like purity. Ugh. Uncomfortable. Yeah, if the pipe's heavy enough, then you wouldn't get woken up by your head getting smashed in. You just one and done kind of situation. Just a bonk and a bonk, bink and a bonk, and then your head goes pop. I don't know. I didn't really have a rhyme for that, but pretend I did. Isn't that not the same thing we're talking about right now? That's what I'm saying, where it's like, it's weird to me. I find it weird to like need to rectify it. Like, if that's something you're uncomfortable with, that's fine. But, like, to go back in time, like, to get married to someone. I know this is a manga, so, like, it doesn't function on the same rules of reality. But to get married to someone, so clearly you love them enough to want to be your life partner. And then go, well, they're not perfect because they were with someone else before me, and so then to go back in time to rectify that, that's creepy. If it was such a problem for you, why did you bother getting married in the first place? And if it's not a problem enough when you do get married, then just live with it and it shouldn't be a problem, so you shouldn't go back in time to try and change it. Is my opinion. You should go now since you have the random need to sleep in your bathtub. Have fun! And Shane, remember, on Wednesday, if we get one more sub by Wednesday, I have a toaster stream, so I hope you're there when I'm gonna do my toaster reveal. Why isn't this working? I like look at it every 5 minutes and then I go, why isn't it working? Is it NTR if you go back in time and become your girlfriend's first boyfriend? Better question, is it NTR if you go back in time and become your own boyfriend? Do you feel they didn't choose to go back in time? Oh, right. You know, it's always out of the protagonist's control. It's always out of the protagonist's control. All right. How does this work? Bye-bye, Shane. Thanks for stopping by. And yes, I know you will be there for the toaster reveal. Of course you will. Of course you will. All right. You're gonna defend it, but it's not your hill to die on. That's fine if you want to defend it. It's like the whole reason to have a conversation isn't a right or wrong sort of thing. It's to each their own kind of thing. I'm not saying, oh, that's bad or that's you can't have your opinion. The whole reason I asked a question is so that you can have an opinion. Will I think your opinion's weird? Maybe a little bit. Oh my god! I don't know why that got me. I don't know why that got me. Oh my god. Oh my god. It shouldn't be that funny to me. Oh my god. I guess sometimes the jokes just I was oh my god. Poisson.exe is correct. It was oh my god. Yeah. No, I don't know why that got me. But it did. Oh my god. I'm okay. I've recovered. I've recovered. I've recovered. I will survive. Whew. Alright. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what my plans are for the toaster stream. They're zero plans. I am very much gonna make it up as I go. I still haven't even taken a picture of my toaster for it. So we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. I'm doing it, and then 2 days later I'm doing the outfit reveal, which I do have plans for. So I'm like, I don't want to overwhelm myself, but I have tomorrow off. So, and I also took Sunday off of work because I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. So it actually works out really well. So then I can finish my planning Thursday just in case. Make toast and mail it to you. Okay, give me your IP address. I mean, mailing address. Actually, make toast and mail it to a male mailman to mail the mail to the mail of mailman. Wait, make toast and mail it to a male mailman to mail to the mall of male mailman. There's a whole mall of male mailman. This needs to be studied. Everyone, please meet up at the mall of male mailman. Are they all in the little shorts? Use my own mailing address. You'll go to me and pick it up. Oh, okay, I'll post that in chat. I'll post my mailing address for you guys. Don't worry. I appreciate you going out of your way to pick it up for me. I really appreciate that. It's honestly such a nice thing. Such a nice thing for you to do. Ugh. They sell a lot of Irish wristwatches. Irish wrist. Are you just throwing tongue twisters at me now? They sell a lot of Irish wristwatches. They sell a lot of Irish They sell a lot of Irish wrist watches and dishwashers. I say it with a lisp. I don't know. Don't need to post it. You're saying you just leave it at your house and you know where it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, happy to help. Happy to help. You know what? That's even better. I really appreciate... What? Okay. Let's see if I can take it from here. So the integer portion can equal that. The fractional portion is going to equal root n. Okay, so that's what I had found earlier. I can address it to my walls. Okay. Here's toast. Oh, it started hailing where I am, apparently. If you mark it with the name of the lesser demonic entity and lock it in a room, I can pick it up after the screaming stop. I like lesser demonic entity. This mildly impressive is entity. It's not that impressive, but it's okay. It's a mildly impressive entity. It's, you know, it's good enough. Is that what the remainder is? Did I do my math wrong? Did the mathematician do his math wrong? Rn, so the floor function. Rn divided by S of n. Do you want an impressive demon in your house? Well, I feel like it would be more efficient. I feel like it would be more efficient to have an oppressive demon do something than a lesser demon. I mean, come on, man. Think a lesser demon can get the job done? No. No. A lesser demon, I was gonna say is mid at best, but it's not even that. It's below average. It's very directly below average. Oh. Wait. The square root of n is equal to... Oh. Good stretch. Cost versus reward. You aren't going to get much out of a lesser, or much more out of a greater demon, but you will have to bear the blood curse for eternity. Really not a good deal. Well, it depends on what I'm asking for. Like, so what exactly do I mean, if it's just the mailing toast thing, then if it's just mailing toast, then yeah, lesser demon will suffice. If I need to do other stuff though, like my taxes, as if I don't enjoy doing my taxes. I'm so freaking autistic. Of course I like doing taxes. But you know. Sorry. Knows. You knows how it goes. Lesser demons you when you only have an hour of sleep. You call that lesser demon, I call that myself. Full stop. All the demons who can do taxes already work for the IRS. Okay, valid, but I have no follow-up. Bye-bye, Zeno. Enjoy your club meeting. Wow. I've been stuck on a Project Euler problem for like the past 2 days because every time I try to attempt it, I'm half asleep. And then I get bogged down when I find the pattern and then just immediately forget. Okay, call that D. Squared. So then a naught of fraction is equal to A. Okay, so this is what I had found previously. Integer value of that is the floor function. That's cool. You haven't felt fully awake in years. You should try sleeping once or twice. It does wonders for you. Let me tell you about it. And then I go into like a whole musical number, like song and dance routine, about how you should get sleep, but by the end of it, I just pass out. Continued fraction expansion of a real number. Okay. View the sequences deductively. I'm fine with that being all integers, but I want to find a specific one. You'd think the woke mob would think sleeping would make you less sleep, but the woke mob took away your capacity for rest. Is that how that is that what the woke mob does? They just stop you from sleeping? I was never sure. That might explain. That might explain. I'm too woke. I'm too woke. Some might even call me awake. It's a dangerous combination. Excuse me. It's a very dangerous combination to be both woke and awake. Not to be woken up. When you're woken up and you're woke. When you're woke but you're woken up is you to get double woke. And if you're double woke, then people will get angry at you because you're too woke. I don't really get it myself. So instead, I just make it up as I go. It's A naught. I need A naught there. If A naught is equal to A sub n, that's all right. fraction. Oh, that's why. Okay, I have to recompute that based every time. Okay, they are the woke mob. But, man, I hate that phrase so much. People use it. Oh, it's so woke. It's so woke to be a upstanding person. How dare you? How dare you be an upstanding person? I know it's so offensive to try to be a good egg. That's why I do my best to just be a regular egg. I don't know. Not a bad egg, but just a good old regular egg. Boiled? No. But egg. You're really tired? Yeah, that's fair. Thanks for stopping by, though, Jay. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And now that everybody is gone, I can get away with all the crimes I want. What was x1? X1 is E0. So then I can recalculate this every time, but with a sub n. And that claims that that is true after one iteration. Which feels incorrect. Who knows? Constant problem with... I don't know, there's something about the problem that I've been doing. More voice crack. Where I have a really hard time wrapping my head around the inductiveness of a continued fraction. I have no idea why. I have no idea why. Let's just take a closer look at this algorithm and see what they did. Fine. The inverse fraction. Okay. For the denominator. Well, true. Oh, why did I do that to save time? Why do I even bother reading that? I can just do a true statement. Ah, well. You win some, you lose some. You gain some, you maim some. Very violent ideology behind it, but hey, if it works, it works. Okay. Alright. Since things are slowing down. Pretty short stream today. I think I might call it early. Just cause. No reason to keep on going for now. But on Wednesday, assuming, again, one more subscriber, then I will be doing my toaster stream where I show off my toaster because that's what my channel is now. And then on Friday, I have the new outfit reveal, which I'm very excited for. So please stop by and give it a view. And it will probably be, both will be earlier than the ones today so that more people in different time zones can attend. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyways, I've been Poisson, variant, your mathematical maestro and LaTeX linguist. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. And bye-bye.